Some lines hit you like a slap, not a hug. Because real progress was never meant to feel comfortable. When the pace feels slow, when it looks like nothing is moving, that's usually the moment you're closest to the breakthrough. Most people quit at the worst possible time, right before things turn. Not because they're weak, because they misread the distance. They think far means impossible, but sometimes far is just one more push. Success is often failure turned sideways. The same storm, different angle. The same doubt, different decision. And you can't always tell how near you are to the finish when you're tired, frustrated, and bleeding in silence. Picture two people on the same road. Both get lost, guaranteed. That's not a flaw in the journey. That is the journey. The first person says, "If I get lost, I'm turning back." They never arrive, because getting lost is part of the route. The second person says, "If I get lost, I'm learning the map." They pause, they backtrack, they adjust, they move forward again, and eventually they reach the destination. And the person who turned around, they'll look at the one who made it and say, "Man, you're lucky." No, not lucky. Relentless. There isn't really winning and losing. There's either growth or there's quitting. They call them growing pains for a reason. Growth hurts because there's a gap between where you are and where you need to be. That stretch burns because it exposes what you haven't built yet. And here's the part nobody wants to admit. Sometimes the painful change means 2 steps back. Not because you're failing, but because you built the foundation wrong and your ego hates demolition. So what do? Do you leave it as it is and live permanently under your potential because you weren't willing to deal with the inconvenience of becoming the person you said you wanted to be? Let's get even more honest. Most people think they're working hard, but compared to what? Compared to their comfort zone? Compared to last week? Compared to people who never even tried? Real effort has a different feeling. It's when your mind doesn't get to negotiate. It's when you don't stop because you're tired, you stop because the work is done. Nothing great comes without adversity and pain tolerance. And real self-worth comes from doing hard things, even when no one is clapping. The more you understand what's causing your pain and how you respond to it, the more unstoppable you become. Your mind is designed to chase what you truly want, but you have to be willing to believe it's possible. Most people never do what they really want because they're terrified of what others will say. They let other people's opinions write their script. Here's a rule. Take what they say and use it as fuel, not as a prison. Make this non-negotiable. Quitting is not an option. Not because you're arrogant, because you're done repeating the same year. Where you are right now is a reflection of your past thinking. If you want a different future, you need different thoughts today. Adversity is the gym for your soul. It's heavy, it hurts, but it builds something in you that comfort never could. Every time you wanted to fold and you didn't, you earned proof. Proof that you can take a hit and keep standing. That's what makes you dangerous, in the best way. And listen, you will almost never regret what you truly went after, even if it doesn't work out exactly how you planned. Because you'll have the one thing most people never get, the truth. I tried. The regret that destroys people is the regret of never starting, never committing, never finding out. Self-love isn't something you chant in a mirror. It's something you earn. It grows inside you when you survive hard seasons and realize you didn't break. Champions aren't built on stage. They're built in private, in the hours no one sees, in the reps no one counts, in the nights you keep your promises to yourself. Fear is interesting. For some, it's a wall. They run. For others, it's a signal. They calculate, they prepare, they attack, so they don't have to feel that fear again. And this is the truth people avoid. If something matters to you, it never really leaves. If you ignore your calling long enough, it doesn't disappear, it waits, and it haunts you later. Your dreams don't politely fade. You either pursue them, or they follow you into old age. Success isn't mostly talent. Talent is a fraction. You can build skill, but you can't fake consistency. Driven people always feel behind. They carry doubt. They carry a chip on their shoulder. That pressure, that restlessness, that's not a curse. That's the engine. Stop waiting to feel ready. Ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. And here's what you need to do now. 3 things. Stay humble. Remember where you came from. Stay hungry. Keep that fire alive. Stay true. Don't become a copy of someone else. The world doesn't need more replicas. It needs originals. And you didn't fight through everything you fought through just to stay silent. Someone out there needs what you've lived. Not the polished version. The real one. The one who bled for those lessons. Perfection doesn't move people. Truth does. So don't quit when it feels slow. Don't quit when it feels messy. Don't quit when it feels like you're lost. Because getting lost is part of becoming found. Keep moving. Adjust. Learn. Backtrack if you must. But stay in the game. Time is the ultimate test. And setbacks are expected, never permanent. If you stay consistent long enough, something has to give. And this time, make sure it isn't you.